So this video is going to be pretty different from what I usually post. This is going to be my explanation with all the evidence I was provided with by staff team and members of the situation that happened with the Tactical Assault VR community and its developer JarvisS. I hope I can accurately convey everything. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's get right into it. For years, the developer behind Tactical Assault VR has been known online simply as JarvisS. Recently, though, members of the community began sharing public records that came out recently, connecting JarvisS to a 2020 criminal FBI investigation in Las Vegas. After those records circulated, JarvisS publicly confirmed in his Discord server that he is the individual named in those records. That means this is no longer a question of identity. The question now is, what actually happened? This video examines the police investigation, the court records, the later conviction record, and what JarvisS has publicly acknowledged. Before we get into the video, I do want to clarify some things. It's important to separate facts from assumptions and misinformation. While I will not be defending JarvisS in any way, it is important to be accurate and not be spreading misinformation about someone who did something wrong. The video relies on publicly available news reporting, court records, and JarvisS' own public statement and statements from his staff team. I'll distinguish between what the police alleged he did, what prosecutors charged, and what later court and registry records show, and what JarvisS himself confirmed. There was no actual child involved in the operation, thankfully. The person represented as a 15-year-old was an undercover law enforcement officer, and nobody was actually hurt, thank God. On July 8, 2020, the Las Vegas Review-Journal reported that Jarvis Sango had been arrested during an FBI child exploitation task force operation. According to the arrest records summarized by the newspaper, an undercover officer posed online as a prostitute. During the conversation, the officer informed Sanko that the prostitute was 15 years old. The article reports that JarvisS continued communicating and later arrived at the agreed meeting location, and police arrested him there. According to the arrest report, JarvisS was arrested on suspicion of soliciting a child for prostitution and luring a child to engage in a sexual act. Court records from July 2020 show JarvisS was formally charged with 2 felony offenses. The first, customer engaging and soliciting a child for prostitution, and luring a child to engage in a sexual act. Several months later, the preliminary hearing was waived and the case was transferred to district court for further proceedings. This does not tell us what the final conviction was. For that, we have to look at this next record. While unfortunately we do not have access to all the court documents, we do have access to the Nevada State Registry. A later Nevada registry entry lists a conviction date of July 22nd, 2021. Rather than repeating the original child-related charges, the registry describes the conviction as conspiracy to solicit for or engage in prostitution. The registry also lists a Tier 2 registration. That distinction matters. The original arrest allegations and the later conviction are not described using the same language. So in this video, we will not claim he was convicted of these offenses that the available records do not specifically identify as the final conviction. While unfortunately we do not have a direct statement at this time, it has been relayed through his staff team that behind the scenes, JarvisS did admit to everything and will be stepping down and making a statement at some point this week. Many people, such as myself, have invested thousands of hours into Tactical Assault VR, and some have financially supported the project for years. Whether someone continues supporting the game is ultimately a personal decision. But with all the public information now being out, this does not justify harassment, this does not justify threatening their life, and it does not justify publishing their private information. It simply allows people to make informed decisions for themselves. Like I said earlier in the video, please do not go out and harass people and break the law and get arrested or in trouble yourself. Today, several facts are no longer in dispute. JarvisS has publicly confirmed that he's the individual named in the records. Public reporting documents his 2020 arrest during an FBI child exploitation task force operation. Court records document the original charges, and later records documents the conviction that followed. The records speak for themselves. Read them, review them, and reach your own conclusions. They will all be listed in the description below. This video isn't about rumors. It's a documented public record and presenting them accurately. And just to clarify, he is on the sex offender registry. He was convicted and is technically known as a pedophile. So please don't take this video as me trying to defend or underplay it. He is a piece of shit and he deserves everything you guys want to say to him, but please leave his family out of it. So what is my personal opinion? Obviously, I don't hold much merit, but how I understand and how I take this is unacceptable. This is something that should have been made public a long time ago, something that should have been made known to the players and the people that gave the game its money and supported it. I think I might not play the game as much, but I might still play because it'll be going to new management under Puddle and Kanto, who I am friends with, and I still might support the game, but I can't lie and say I'll look at it in the same light. I heavily encourage you guys to research it further, come to your own conclusions, and don't just follow a hive mind. But in my opinion, this is all just unacceptable and an absolute embarrassment. And I just hope the community can bounce back from this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I was able to accurately describe and explain everything that happened. And if you guys like stuff like this, please keep an eye out for more.